Hey, the battle begins tomorrow. What's up? It's a Culture Detective here investigating your favorite movies. And today I'm going to be doing a bit of an intermission once again. I know it's list week 2023, but there are still several films I want to talk about in an individual video before the year ends, before I make the best animes and best movies list and worst movies list, of course, which leads to this movie review, and that is the movie Expend4bles or Expendables 4. So this is a new movie in the Expendables franchise. It's kind of weird. Maybe I'm kind of out of the loop, but I feel like nobody really ever talks about this franchise. Um, Probably partially it's because this franchise is a thing in the early 2010s, and then about 9 years ago in 2014, it just stopped with Expendables 3, and everyone's thought, okay, it's probably already over. But now we suddenly have Expend4bles, and again, it's like nobody's talking about it. There isn't a lot of promo going on for this. It's a very hidden movie, and essentially, this is. I haven't even seen the first three Expendables, by the way. I came into this movie completely blind. This movie is basically about a bunch of people fighting to save the world. And, like, there's this evil guy played by um, um, Iko Uwais, who is the main character in the Indonesian action films The Raid and The Raid 2. And he has some nuclear missile codes, and a bunch of Americans are going to fight him and save the day. And that's basically the plot. Literally the Avengers. Literally Suicide Squad. Like this kind of movie is something that you've probably seen many times already. And the whole movie feels like one gigantic video game cutscene. All the scenes feel like they're the most logical, predictable next step, and there isn't a single scene in this movie that feels like actual story is being told. The whole thing is just one big video game cutscene. On top of that, the CGI in this film is pretty freaking bad. I feel like they shot 90% of this movie in front of a green screen, because there are so many shots where, I don't know, 50 Cent is sticking out of a car, or I don't know, an airplane crashes, or there's a fight on a boat and it's in front of the ocean. But for some reason, the CGI is so bad that when you look at it, you can immediately tell it's all fake, and that makes it even more hilarious. And speaking of 50 Cent, 50 Cent and every other characters are heavily underused. They barely have any personality. So imagine this: Avengers, but Hawkeye, Black Widow, and Hulk and Fury does not have any personality or screen presence at all. How do you have such a stacked cast full of people, yet almost all of them don't have any personality, don't have any screen presence whatsoever? We keep seeing Jason Statham, and he's just being Jason Statham. He's just a hard on British dude with a hard head. Like, that's just him. And then we have Megan Fox, who's just this really ranty, whiny girl who doesn't really do much in the movie either. This movie feels like it doesn't have an act 3, and by that I mean usually, big Hollywood action movies have three big story beats after the inciting incident, and the third one is usually the climax. But this movie feels like it just has two, and then it just ends off. And even so, this movie is like 1 hour and 50 minutes long. And then there's the very dumb one liners where characters would say one thing, and then the other character would say a line thinking that is very smart when it just sounds like nonsense, and it leads to awkward silence usually. So yeah, this is unfortunately the most predictable generic action movie ever, and the whole movie feels like a money laundering scheme. So yeah, I'm feeling a light 2 on this movie. So have you watched Expend4bles? Comments below, let me know, subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching.